Chuck Barris stages in Hollywood, California. And here's the star of the show and your host,
yeah, cause girls is players too. Keep it playing, baby.
I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars make me dream.
Yeah. Oh, right, excellent. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Live right now.
Hello, welcome back. Yeah, to the Gamers Initiative podcast, episode 132. That's 130. I'm getting a bit of delay here. Oh, never mind. Fuck it. Episode 132. The Gamers Initiative podcast.
Words, good
featuring
words.
myself.
Yes, Star Wars. or not.
Elite Gaming. I am Elite Gaming Guru. That's me. What's his face? AshtreyGaming. And Red Dead Panda. There we go. And we've got two fantastic, amazing guests, as you can see. C-Money and Doodle are back. Yeah.
Yay.
Hooray.
Well, good. Thanks, man.
Aww.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Exciting times. It's a good week, man.
Amazing week. There we go.
Meant to be.
There we go. Oh, God, I'm right. My camera is weird.
What's happening, Elite?
I don't know, Elite. You're having like your own party over there, and we all just want to be a part of it.
I thought the drinking started.
It's like a scene from Starship Troopers.
It's early. See,
right. Okay, so I've returned. Okay, yes, let's go. Right, let's get back into this. Sorry, I've gone. Is it my? Is it just going funny for me?
I mean, you're going a little
because
funny.
you keep moving.
Oh,
you're on Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I'm on Wi-Fi.
On Wi-Fi. I know.
You have better Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? Elite, clearly.
apparently.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug into.
Elite's got a situation over there.
It's a bit too bad.
He literally looks like that. Those interviews.
Try to move.
You don't know who he is. Change his voice. Hey, I'm Elite.
Right. A quick shout out to the chat. We've got FarQ. Quick shout out to the chat. We've got FarQ's joined us. RSJ fan. We've got Grey Moronad jumped in. And Six Slayer. Welcome, guys. Thank you for being here and joining this podcast. So, but first, I want to first jump into C-Money and Doodle and find out what you both have been playing. How's everything going?
Everything's going
Thank you
really
for
well.
having us, you guys.
Thanks for coming.
Am I starting, see?
I'm beautiful. My lady first.
We've been rocking out. Listen, we got Suicide Squad because of their stance against IGN, and we've been playing it. And honestly, like, I've been loving the game. It's a lot of freaking fun. Always rocking out on Fortnite because that's where it's at. Buying skins, you know.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Our kids are getting into it now too.
Yeah.
I mean, our older ones were, but like now our younger ones are getting into it, so they always wanted to play too. So it's like sweet. let's go do it. So yeah, we've been crushing it. But Suicide Squad has been really fun, and that is the one that I had no intention of buying because I was annoyed that Rocksteady wasn't making Batman game
He loves
or
his
that
Batman
version
games,
of it
guys.
that it
Fair
should have
enough.
been.
Mhm.
But again,
Batman.
just like Doodle said, WB took a stand against IGN. So I was like, I will reward you going against them. So that's why we got it. And turns out it's actually really really good.
Is.
It's
I
not
knew it from the start, though. I told you, you just got to give it a chance,
it's
and
not
it's just a different type of game.
it's still in the same boat though. Like I just wish this game wasn't made by Rocksteady. I wish somebody else made it and Rocksteady was making a game that I want them to make. This game is really good. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
So
the
it's
problem
not
for
a
you is how
problem.
long it takes them to make the games, and you know that for a while you're not going to
Exactly.
go ahead and get that Batman game that you're longing for, and so I think that's
Exactly.
more of the situation.
So how do you
It's really
compare it
good.
to Gotham Knights then?
I like it better than Gotham Knights. I played Gotham Knights for a little bit, and I think feel like Gotham Knights was like the test dummy. You know what I'm saying? Like they put that one out to kind of see how people would play it or how people would handle it, and then this one's just so much more like open in certain parts. And I think the way that the powers all work, like I don't know, it feels really good to play. The gunplay is really good. I think the focus on the gunplay or like the weapons that they use are really good. They're all individually really good characters too.
Yeah, I
I'm not
love
familiar with those characters in general. Like I'm not I don't know about the Shark Dude or anything like that. But way they obviously except for Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Aside of her, I didn't really know who the other ones were like that. But it's fun, man. You can't knock the fact that it's fun.
It is
And
fun, and the voice acting is really good. It's stunning.
yes,
The world is stunning. And I love the freedom of kind of just running around and busting ass.
when the violence in the
Yes, the violence
cinematics,
is
holy
top
shit.
notch.
Yeah, right.
I'm down with that always.
It's like the Batman that's supposed to be like I need them to take that Batman that they introduced us to and just make his game. You know what I'm saying? Just
Oh my gosh, yes, he's
give him that
badass in
game.
there.
I want to kill everybody as Batman is glorious. It's glorious.
Flash looks good too. I don't know. Do you identify every character like for their personality, the way they play? I don't know. It's a really good game.
Yeah.
Power World too, by the way.
Power World, we
we
were
were
rocking.
we couldn't stop. It's
Yeah,
such a
Power
good
World's
game.
been
you
a great
still
game to
play
play.
Power
Are
World?
you guys having issues with it? I've still had issues with certain things like the pals not fighting and they just stand there. Have you guys had that same kind of issue?
We haven't had that issue. The issue that we were having, and it's been a couple of days since we played because we were playing some other stuff, the Suicide Squad and night. But the issue we were having is whenever we were going into a dungeon, the game would kick us out.
Yeah, okay.
Completely
Disconnect.
disconnect the game. Then we would log back in and then be able to go into the dungeon.
The beautiful thing
just-
about it is that it saves very well, and so it keeps you in the same area, and it's
Yes.
like the dungeon's right there. You try again to get back in. So I do love the way that they've managed to do that because a lot of times you have to kind of reset. But yeah, when you go into the dungeons, and it's such a pain because I love it in there. You find unique things, and I've built up my strength enough that I can carry a lot of stuff. And so the dungeons, I love
Yeah, the
going
material
in
in there is really good. You can load up and shit, but like go in there, dude. We were the last one we went into. Swear to God, it was like a maze.
Yeah.
We went in, went down a couple, extra areas, and couldn't get your way back out. It was impossible. It was like the hardest thing ever.
It was mazy for sure.
Pretty good
Yeah,
game.
some of the areas look identical as well. So you kind of like, I was just here, wasn't I? And then you sort of
Yes.
do
Yep.
circles. But the best way to navigate most of them is if you want, is just keep heading straight. And as long as you head straight, you'll find the end. So that's kind of a cheap way to do it if you don't want to divert off.
I go by the pals that are around the area sometimes. Like they have like different ones in different areas because I've hit the triangles. I don't know how many dungeons you've been into yet, but I've hit the triangle and I'm like, okay, well, hold on. Which way was it? And you find me like going in a circle, like trying all of them out. But
I just didn't know that there was such a magic to beating the crap out of a pal.
Yeah.
Sudden like I'm gonna beat you into submission. You know what I'm saying? It's not like go Pikachu, go hurt him. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll get him. No. It's just me just beating you, and then it's like okay, now you're mine. Know your place. You know what I'm saying?
And then
it's
if
crazy,
the
but-
ball like bounces off, you're like, I have not beaten you enough.
You want more?
Let's whack you off a few more times. Yeah.
Did you just say let's whack you off a few
whack.
more times? You said whack you off to the. Is this what I'm hearing?
That's on video.
Like,
You take this to any place we are. It's not just on our show. You just
like what?
no, you don't say just. You don't. That's not what we're doing. Okay.
Oh, man.
Noted. My bad. You
You're trying
noticed
to
you
keep
hit
it
him a
clean
couple
on
more
there.
times.
I think it's just the wording. If you just say whack
It
them
was
and left
tossing
it at
last
that
time. You kept
doodle,
going
it would have
like
been
tossing
fine.
last.
But the next couple of words after
Yeah,
that,
they're like, I'll whack him off. Whack him off real good.
These Power World conversations never end well. So
I mean, I've loaded the
Yeah, it was
game up.
tossing last time. You like tossing balls.
exactly. See, I was
I don't know.
gonna talk about it too. I was like, I carry a lot of them, and then
Oh,
it
stop.
just
We're ready.
stopped
Handle
in the
this
same
on our show. We
situation.
don't need to talk
Everyone
more.
misunderstands
about
what I'm
this.
talking about, but it's not my fault. It's the games.
Yeah.
No, of course, it's
Yeah.
all right.
Yes.
Panda, you were saying you just loaded it up.
I've loaded it up. I've started it. I'm putting it down on just because I really want to wait a little bit longer because I kind of want more content to be released before I can tell like I'm gonna
There's
spend
like a
lot
lot of shit to do right
There's
now.
yeah, but I'm like, I know that I'm gonna spend a lot of time in that game, so I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
I've got
Yes.
other things I need to finish, and then,
that.
yeah, it's gonna be insane. But I'm really
It's not the type of game that you play for a little bit because we've said before, like, okay, let's hit it out for like an hour, and then like 4 or 5 hours go by, and it's like, how am I still up?
Yeah.
And I don't want to go to bed because I want to keep playing. So yeah, I suggest like if you want them to like the dungeon situation is a bit frustrating. So like if you can weigh it out and you're doing other things right now, like go ahead. Because once you start the game, it's gonna be hard to put it down.
Elite. Fuck you. Would like you to read out the super chat that he put in.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to.
He
I thought you
specifically
might do,
asked you
actually.
to read it out. Actually.
We also get this super chat now whenever Elite is on our show. This is great.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. Right, a big shout out to Boba Fett has joined us. Welcome. Thanks for joining us, and Unlimited just joined us. Right, okay. File Q's dropped to $2 or £2.
£2.
Super chat. It says, I don't know. That's really small writing.
Get your magnifying
I
glass
I think it says
out.
Delete.
Delete.
Yeah,
Elite. Delete Elite.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Spanish, isn't it? Letter. Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah. I don't know. Send me another £2. I'll take my top off or my socks off.
For two. That's it.
Don't
You
do
two
it.
know?
He is
That's it.
easy. He is easy.
Got to begin somewhere.
Oh my god.
Very humble
Get outta here.
I won't do that. I won't be doing that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Send 5 and Red takes her top
All
off.
right. No, definitely not. That is staying firmly on.
5 to keep the shirt on.
Yeah. Right. So let me go over to Red Dead then. Cobham Panda, what have you been playing? Have you been doing anything today?
I haven't actually been playing much, but I have been watching the Halo show season 2.
Yes.
Oh shit! Did a new episode come out?
Yeah, episode 3.
Yes, this Thursday.
Probably wait until 4 so you can watch 3 and 4 back to back. Because I reckon 4 is going to be amazing. Because 3 is like setting up for 4. Like the way episode 2 ended, I was like, like I just died with the way episode 2 ended. And so really enjoying the new season. I think it is. And I've only watched 3 episodes. I do think it is better than season 1. It does seem darker and grittier. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Haven't really been playing games as Ashtray and Elite know. My cat has not been well, and I've been to the vet and specialist for like last 48, 72 hours. So he's
Oh,
home
that's so
now.
Sorry.
Ashtray will come back eventually. He's home now, but yeah, I've been very emotionally raw. But I've watched the Xbox business update. I've been keeping an eye on the news and stuff around gaming. But yeah, I haven't really been playing much games. I think I'm just trying to finish my New Game Plus of Dragon's Dogma because I'm so excited for Dragon's Dogma 2 coming out next month. Like, super excited, can't wait. But yeah, that's kind of me. I haven't really been up to much. I've been pretty boring. Yeah. Elite, what haven't
I'm
you
glad
been
you're
playing?
enjoying the show. I was looking forward to it. Like
haven't
the
watched any
Halo
of it yet?
season 2. Oh my gosh. Yes, we watched the first 2 episodes, but
What do you think of
this
how
last
episode 2 ended? I was like, wait a second.
First of all, let's talk about how badass it is right now. It's like John Wick style.
Yo.
The fighting,
That fight,
it's
yeah.
insane. I'm obsessed. I love it. So we watched the first on my birthday. They released the first 2 episodes, so I was super excited. And yeah, it's a really good show.
It is a good show. It is.
Can I say, just to be fair, we were giving Elite a lot of shit about his Wi-Fi connection
Yes.
being crap at the beginning, and Astray's just hopping in
Yes,
and
he's
out,
one.
in and out.
He's
He was
one.
all
He takes the
he was
title.
bragging about his Wi-Fi. He was like, "My Wi-Fi's the shit." I don't know what's going on.
I have gigabit
We'll send
internet
you a
and I'm
medal.
plugged in via an
Yes.
Ethernet cable. Like, I got good
Right.
internet where I am.
No, just saying. Elite was getting
Australia's only
slandered.
got enough electricity. One person is building line at a time, so
He should probably restart his device, his computer, maybe. Hopefully. Anyway, it does. When that happens, it messes with all the screen though. But that's okay. We can continue. Continue. Elite, what have you been up to?
we right. I'll tell you. Did anyone watch the Deadpool 3 trailer?
Oh yes,
We did.
Yes.
Friends
Oh,
is
that's
a
good, wasn't
best as a
I thought they were gonna give us more. I
Yeah,
liked
no,
it, but I just wanted like a longer trailer. I think I got really annoyed at the Super Bowl trailer.
Yes, that's
like,
what
come
I
on, man. This is the Super Bowl. Wait for the whole trailer
Yeah.
to be up there.
Yeah,
Tell
I
me to
don't
go
like the
click
fact that
later.
they said go on YouTube and
Yeah,
watch
like,
the
what the hell is
trailer.
that?
It's like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was expecting to watch it here now, and that was the excitement, right? You love those trailers, the commercials. Like Halo had a full trailer during the Super Bowl, right? Come on, Deadpool.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he probably will release. He usually does, doesn't he? He releases one just before the film comes out. So, but it looks fantastic, doesn't it? Hopefully, he can save the MCU on his own. I'm looking forward to the cartoon, X-Men cartoon, and all.
Literally what he says. And doesn't he say those exact words? Like, I'm gonna put
Yeah,
the
he
MCU on my
does, yeah.
back or something like that.
Yeah, he's right though, isn't he? They should get him
Yeah,
making
it's-
more movies. They should get him involved in more movies. I think they have to. Yeah, get rid of that other person that's running it and get him in. But see the
He'll be
X-Men
the new
trailer and
Kevin
all the
Feige.
new cartoon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Did you watch the old X-Men cartoon? Did you watch that?
Back in the day, yeah.
Oh, they showed the trailer for the new series that carries on from where the last one's left off. That looked really good.
Straight.
Damn Discord
Talking
app.
smack about Elite's Wi-Fi, bro.
You've let us
It's not my
down.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's the Discord
Good.
It's
app.
not his Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
All right.
I always
It's
have
user
trouble
error.
connecting.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry, continue.
Right.
I didn't,
Welcome
I
back.
didn't see it. I gotta see that.
Starfield,
I gotta see
really.
the trailer for it. It's like 80. It's called
Yeah,
89
X-Men
or something like
yeah.
that, right?
Yeah, it literally carries on from where the last one left off. But it's great.
That's
It's
cool.
fantastic. Some of the voices are exactly the same, but yeah, it's just great. It looks really good, actually. I'm looking forward to that. It's just, yeah.
I gotta check it out.
So, it's like
Gotta
move
check it
forward slightly, yeah. Check that. Big playing Starfield. Just enjoying that at the moment. And keeping on my Conan. Still playing that.
Have you beaten it the first time already, or are you still like in New Game
Oh,
Plus?
yeah.
or-
What, Starfield? Oh, yeah. I'm enjoying it much more now in new game mode. Yeah, so
Oh, no.
I'm sort of doing
I only
videos.
did the one.
Video to it, so.
I just did the one. I'm waiting for Shattered Space to
Drop.
Yeah,
do
yeah.
the next. Like I started New Game Plus, but I didn't actually go. I want to wait till Shattered Space comes.
Oh,
so we
right.
can-
It's really good, New Game Plus. I'm sort of enjoying it. The army you get, and I'm not using their shit, but I've built my own shit. But you know, the second time round, you don't have to join Constellation. You can pretty much go and do what you want.
Really?
So, yeah. Yeah, I've
I
not
didn't know
joined
you
them.
didn't have to join Constellation.
Yeah, you go in and they ask you, and I was like, nah, I'm good, and just walk out. Thumbs up. Yeah, you go around on your own. I don't even have a crew. I just got them in on my own. So it's great. I'm just going around just killing people. It's fantastic, yeah. Ashtray, now you're back. Is everything working, yeah?
Yep.
You got your hamster running.
Everything's
Yeah.
working. Everything's good.
He whacked
Yeah.
one out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, never takes
Sorry,
long.
Doodle.
Anyway,
I'll get into
just
it.
real quick, just been jumping in and out of games as always. Haven't been playing heaps lately, but Power World,
serious?
obviously. Yeah. A little bit of The Line, Arise, and some Call of Duty Black Ops, Brotato. You know, just been jumping in and out of that. A little bit of Batman,
Tato's
Arkham
crazy
City.
good.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. It reminds me of Vampire Survivor in
Vampire
a way.
Survivor.
Yeah, it's got that same kind of play loop, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the fact
Kinda
that when you
annoying me
die and
when I
start
hear people
again,
talk about. I hear people talk and they're like getting to like level 20. I'm like, bro, that's
How?
crazy. What are you, a ninja? Like, what is this happening here? I get to like, I think I got to like 17 on like my best one, and it was like over.
I think I got.
yeah, I think I've only
I gotta
gotten
find
as
a
high as
strategy.
10.
I got to like
Oh,
14
yeah.
my first go.
Yeah,
Crazy.
see, that's something because it
How
is
many?
difficult.
What did you say?
You said 14.
14.
on
That's
my
not bad.
On my first go. I'd loaded
That's
it up.
good. That's really good,
That's
actually. I think I hit 12 maybe on the first go.
To be
That's-
fair, I
see,
think
we're
my
killing
my
it.
7-year-olds
We're killing it.
Yeah.
have
Show
hit. I think my 7-year-old hit 18, which made me feel really shitty. Really proud. What? She did it. Really shitty that I
At
could
the
only
same
get to
time.
17 on my
Mix
best
of
go.
emotions.
I'm like telling her what to pick, and she's outdoing me. I'm like, God damn it, what is happening?
It's always the way.
Thanks. Damn it. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
A little bit. A little bit. Yeah.
But anyway. So, so Ashtray, you not been playing much else, no?
No, that's about it. Let's jump into our first
You're
topic.
so-
Yes.
You're so boring. Right, yeah,
Yeah,
let's get
I
with
know.
this. Well, now I'm going to have to find where I put all the comments now, the topics now. Oh.
Okay.
In the podcast.
Our first
tab.
topic
What
is
were-
Doesn't know.
What?
Doesn't know what happened.
honestly, he put the topics in the chat and he's like, I don't even know what they are. I did the topics, but I don't know what they're. It's the Xbox business update, right? That's our
Okay,
first
that sounds
topic.
like Elite, though.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. He's
On brand.
like,
He's
I got
got
my
his-
drink
his
sorted.
drink.
That's
Yep.
important.
That's it. He found his drink, though, but he can't find the topics. We're off to.
He's like, hey, have you got the topics with you?
Sorry.
See, Money Doodle, did you guys bring the topics?
Just got given a rum and coke. So.
He's literally not even looking for the topics. He's just getting drinks
I
together.
have my
He just-
drink. That's it. You guys
Ashtray.
figure it out.
My priorities.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. Kill us.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Astra.
Right.
I will quit gaming.
Oh, I've opened the wrong topic. Dang, diddly.
Oh my god.
That's it.
Okay,
Elite,
so,
you're
so our
fired.
first topic, Elite, right, is the Xbox business
Well, yeah.
update, right?
Everyone's really sodium, I think, with this camera.
She's talking
Yeah,
like
right,
you
okay,
know,
here we
you
go.
talk to like
you
your
know, it's
grandma
like topic.
who doesn't know what they're doing, but you're trying to be kind and guiding them.
This is our topic.
Right? Elite? Remember?
Wow.
You know when you're bowling, you've got the like
my
the
first
guides
day.
on the side, like.
The bumpers, yeah.
First topic. Go ahead, Elise.
Listen, Elite.
I believe
you
in you,
ever
Elite.
seen that Adam Sandler
I'm
stand
just
up?
trying to get rid of a stupid advert that's popped up. Oh, I can't see
He
it.
has that song.
It's just-
Put the
right.
bottle down, son.
Hold on, son.
Oh.
Go on then. Can you read it up? Read it off, Red. It keeps opening an advert which keeps covering
What
up the
are you
same the
reading?
whole screen.
I don't even know what you're clicking on.
Right. Oh, now it's closed on YouTube. What the
Okay.
hell?
Well,
Right.
we really
Well,
kind
I
of
can't
know
open
what
the
we need
link.
to talk about.
All
Yeah.
right, so it's the
Yeah, go on,
Xbox
you go.
business
Yeah, we
update.
Just shut down my YouTube, man. Son of a.
Reload it back up. This is why you need more than one screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Alt tab. Come on.
We're not all rich like you, Red Dead Panda.
I'm not rich. No. Okay. My bank balance is like really bad at the moment. Vet bills are expensive.
This is amazing.
Okay, so Xbox business update.
thought
Has
you
everyone
still-
watched
You
it?
can have money. You have stones. I thought you
Yes.
didn't.
Yes. Have you, Elite? Have you
We
watched
live
it?
streamed it.
You did. Yes, you did live stream it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Elite, did you watch it? Yeah.
And I watched your live stream of it. I did.
Here you go.
There you
Oh
go.
man.
So we're up to date.
We're all up.
YouTube,
Okay, that's
sorry.
good. We've ticked that box. Next box. I'm kidding. Okay,
Yes.
so there was there's been a lot leading up to this this business update. Basically, everyone needs to go out and rebuy their Xboxes. I sold mine. I had to re-pick mine back up. No, I would never do that. But we got a lot of cool and key pieces of information from the show, from the update anyway, just kind of confirmation that not everything's going day and date to every other system, but we're still keeping first party day and date on Game Pass. I'm so happy about that. But I guess I want to start off with they can announce that 4 games are going to other platforms. They haven't announced what those 4 games are. We can all speculate to what they are. A couple are going to be games with community, so live service games, and then the other 2 are going to be older,
single
slightly
player.
older, like anything over a year, single player games. So there's 4 confirmed. They didn't announce it because they've got these companies or these studios have announcements coming soon or shortly to announce it, and they don't want to take away from that. But yeah, we can start off with that. What do you think those 4 games might be? There's been a lot of speculation online. I'll throw it to Doodle first, eh? Throw you the bone. And if you want to add anything about like Starfield and Indiana Jones, not going to PlayStation or Nintendo.
About that rumor getting shut down along with a
Yes.
bunch of other rumors. Yes.
Wild.
It was wild out there.
It was
So
entertaining.
obviously we know they said that they're gonna have two gas games out there, and we think is Sea of Thieves and Grounded. That's what I'm thinking. These games that they've picked, though, they've kind of maxed their potential according to them. That's how they feel. And they were never, especially the 2 smaller games, they were creative projects. And so they were never set to just be Xbox exclusive. So I'm thinking Hi-Fi Rush for sure. And I mean, I think that will do really well on Nintendo because of that, style, that anime style.
Japanese fan base.
I also think Grounded, because of Animal Crossing, will do very well on Nintendo as well. I don't know how great they will do on PlayStation though.
Yeah, because there's a massive so much negativity towards Xbox and hostility in general that they're probably not.
Yes.
They're just going to try and purposely avoid those games. Casuals might do it, but I think Grounded will be a great game on any system because that game is so much fun when you actually get into playing it. Like the premise, like you're like, oh, it's a little kiddie game, there's nothing to it, and then you get in, and you're like, oh my god, spiders are charging at me, giant ants, ladybugs, bugs that just bulldoze over and you kill you in one go, and like it's so much fun.
So kind because they don't attack you unless you do something to them, like real life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't
well, I mean,
ride
they don't
them.
attack you in real life,
They're
but
like, don't you
just
get
so
up on my
docile.
back.
They're in Australia. Everything
alone.
was killed in Australia.
No,
on,
it's
man.
really cool.
They're not that
There
bad.
probably are killer ladybugs in Australia. They just haven't been found yet.
Yeah. Everything that flies, swims, walks, kills you.
Everything that
Kill you in Australia.
exists.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, all plants, even plants can
Have
kill
you
you.
been here, Elite? Have you been here?
No, because everything wants
So
to kill me.
You're talking shit. Anyway, Doodle, what's the 4th game you think is coming?
Oh,
Because you've mentioned 3. What do you think that 4th one
yes,
will be?
we I'm blanking out. I don't know why we mentioned them on our show.
the
Pentiment?
Pentiment one. that we were
Pentiment,
talking
yes.
Ah,
So I'm okay with the games that are going. I don't see why anybody would have an issue with it. These games are, I feel like they're testing this out. And considering what was out there, everything we heard, and how far everything was taken from Halo to Gears to Starfield, Hellblade 2, I mean, the rumors were wild.
See,
They were
that's the
burning
problem.
down like Twitter.
So see, but this is why. This is what we were talking about before this show, right? When we were on our show, and we said this is why we were so pissed, because the rumors got so big and so wild that when the official announcement is only Sea of Thieves, Grounded, Hi-Fi Rush, and Pentiment, and not our big games, then it's like, okay, cool, all right, deal.
Okay
you know what I'm
with it,
saying?
yeah.
Like, I'm okay
shake
with
on it.
this. As opposed to, had there been zero rumors, right? If there were no rumors at all, and then today's show happened, and out of nowhere, they said that Sea of Thieves, they said these games were gonna go, whatever games it would have been, we would have lost. Like, I would have been so mad.
Yeah.
Like, I would have
Had
been
this
pissed.
caught
Like,
us
what are
by
you guys
surprise.
doing?
Yeah.
But now that it could have been apparently every other game that they've ever made in their lives, it's like, oh, okay, guys, chill. It's only these games, right? So like, that is the biggest thing that I think I'm annoyed by, because people who leaked this stuff out, and I know people are saying that Microsoft, plants it out there to go and be leaked. Okay, cool. You fell for it, dumb bitch. Because sorry, I don't know if I could curse.
You can.
My bad.
You can curse.
But you fell for it because now you went ahead and did, again, assuming we don't know any of this. All we know is what they came out and told us. But assuming that these people are not making shit up in their heads, right? You fell for what they wanted you to do. Made you go out there, or they told you to do this so that you could go out there, you put it out there, and they got the research. If this is, again, we don't know, because this is the only thing we have as facts is this show, but they got the research and didn't have to say any of that heinous shit because they know that it was going to blow up, as opposed to just being quiet. If you want to put a rumor out there, put it out, but don't make it as it's definitive or it's 100%. Just put the rumor out, let it be what it be. Then when this thing would have happened and they would have said some crazy shit, we would have lost it, right? We would have lost our minds. We would have fought it and probably gotten them all taken back, and nothing was going to go anywhere because of the outrage. But because they put it out there already and made us have like this feeling like, oh my God, like we didn't think it.
Yeah.
But with the words out there being that Starfield, Indiana Jones, Halo, it's like, okay, cool. Guess what? The truth is only these small games, and the way they phrased it, I'm pretty content with it. So it's like, okay, cool. I'm saying, like,
And that, I mean, the initial reaction.
as our initial reaction to it.
Xbox deal with it. If they came out here, Phil said, listen, this is what we're doing. Let us have that initial reaction, because we've reacted before and we've made them change things. And I think that's the problem. Not only was it made into this huge situation, I mean, they were talking Phil not being there anymore too. Like, it was that big. And then when you hear this, you're like, okay, maybe that's not so bad, right? And so I didn't get an opportunity to react to them saying it. And I think that's the biggest problem. It sounds so small now.
Yeah, see, I think there's a lot of frauds around there, and they just wanted to capitalize on it, get clicks, get people liking their tweets, sharing them out, just for that popularity boost.
Even Tom
And that's what
Lawrence
annoys
thing
me the
about
most, because
Starfield.
people started talking, from Starfield, Indiana Jones to friggin' Halo, and I was like, nah, this is just
Where
not
does it
gonna
end?
happen.
Gears of War started getting brought up at the end. It's like, don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when they started saying all that, that's when I was like, this is definitely BS, because there's just no way that they're going to do that to their brand at all. But then you had
it was
people in the
ridiculous.
media were still stoking the fire, saying, yes, it is happening. Yes, it is. They're still saying it even after the show, saying it's only a matter of time to start. I'm like, are you guys for real? This is just like, take your L and go away. I'm more annoyed about
they
it.
refuse to take the L.
They won't take it. They just won't take it.
And it's wild. Like, Microsoft has to pay the rent. Like, that was the craziest thing. Like, are you guys kidding me? They've invested all this money, and now they need to go ahead and put their games everywhere because they can't pay the rent. Like, that was a little wild for me.
They're getting COD money now. So it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Right. But the biggest thing is what Microsoft is trying to do, or Xbox are trying to do, they're trying to recreate that Minecraft success. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to get to that level. I don't really think it will, but that's why Sea of Thieves Grounded, two perfect games to try and do that. I can't see the single player games doing it, but I think that's more of an offer just to, I don't know, just to appease maybe the regulators, or maybe just to keep, you know, their relationships with like the likes of Nintendo there and keep them close. Who knows? But yeah, I don't think it's ever going to be a huge IP. We know Activision Blizzard games. There's a good chance that if they make a new, I don't know, Crash Bandicoot or Spyro, that could go to multi-platforms. Why not? It's like kind of like it's never been an exclusive to Xbox anyway. So I don't have an issue with that. And I think we'd be silly not to think or expect those games not to remain multi-platform, because it's always been multi-platform. And ABK is just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I want them to do. See, this is the thing. I'm okay with what they're doing right now. So the way he outlined it was for me okay. It was at least a year exclusive on Xbox. Okay, and then they were either gas games or small titles. Now, if you remember, and I just saw it on Twitter because you've seen it before because it's been around, but Everborn just did a reminder tweet about it where they have that Microsoft's document shows like the like this this bar that's green and like red at the ends, right?
Yep.
Red and yellow at the end or whatever, and then it shows you the type of games, right? And on the left side, it's like a what needs to stay exclusive or not, and it showed like Psychonauts, the smaller titles that are niche, that are not huge, those can go and be multi-platform. The core games in the middle, like even though they have a picture of Redfall there, but that's still a core game. I don't care if it's not as great as people want it to be. It's still an Xbox game. It should stay that way. But like the main games need to stay, and then you have like your huge games, right? Yeah. So I understand the huge games are everywhere. Cool. Niche games, I want them to do what they're doing now, which is if they come out with a new Crash Bandicoot, cool, give it to us for a year, then move it over and let the world have it, right? They're not getting another Crash Bandicoot anywhere else, and that name is big enough to still get people pumped when they see a new Crash Bandicoot's coming to Nintendo a year from now, or PlayStation, right? So I want this, because I don't want there to be a scenario where if they still, again, because if they just put games multi-platform right off the rip, now you're back in that same boat, right? Okay, well, what game is going to do that? What other game is going to do that, right? Like the way they defined this today, I mean, not today, when they did it, was that it's these four. These are the four that they're putting elsewhere. Everything else is not. Right?
Yeah,
and when I hear that, I think whatever else they're making is not outside of, again, these big, humongous Call of Duty type games. So that's what I'm feeling. That's where I'm hoping that stays. Because I do want Xbox to still have, like, listen, it's our game now. I don't care if it's been everywhere. It's ours now. We paid to make the new one. I want the benefit of being an Xbox player and having it for that year. Then go, right? Yeah. Cool. That's all right. That I'm all right with. I don't want them to go do multi-platform.
Fark, you said is the show load buffering, or is it me? Internet here is a bit sketchy.
Still running on my screen.
Yeah.
Let's go to mine.
Still running on mine.
Yeah. Just refresh, man.
Just refresh.
Oh, I see the thing is buffering. The chat.
Yeah, that's a.
No, he put that there.
No, yeah, he did that.
I thought the bottom was.
He got you.
He got me real good.
To your point, Ash, like he had mentioned that maybe they want to do what happened with Minecraft, right? And they did bring up like some games are bigger than the platforms, right? Mm-hmm. And so they did bring up Roblox, they did bring up Minecraft, and so maybe they feel like these games can go ahead and be bigger than what they are right now, and maybe come close to what these other games were able to do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's lining
and those games have
Xbox's
potential.
Pockets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
X.
Can I jump in with my 2 cents?
No.
I think there's loads. Oh, please, go on. Right, that's it.
Go on.
Soundboard.
You serious?
I will quit gaming. I will quit gaming.
Right, I think there's loads to take from this, which people just glazing over, especially the PlayStation fans. Hey, that's it.
Sorry, I was falling asleep. Go.
There you go. Especially the PlayStation fans and the media, which is backing them, and Tim Dog. I'm not afraid to not. I'm gonna say names. I'm not afraid. They gotta own it. If you're gonna come out and chat shit, you're gonna get banged. You gotta own it.
You're gonna get whacked. Whacked off.
You're gonna get banged. You're gonna get whacked.
You're gonna get whacked off all day, man. All day.
All day.
Yeah, he's gonna hide and behind you.
Oh god.
Go get it whacked, Emily.
Hilda's gonna whack you off all day.
Oh my god!
You're not doing
You're
that
gonna
at
do all
all.
the whack, Emily.
Yeah,
You're the exclusive whacker, Lee.
With your shirt off.
Whack them.
Here's your cat.
Shake weighty.
Shake weighty. God damn.
He's done? I thought he said...
Yeah. Because holding me on. What's that?
You keep cutting out, Elite.
Cutting out. Yeah.
Fizzle said that. Oh, do I? Oh no.
Continue.
Maybe it's the internet in England.
It's your internet, man. It's just
What?
it's all you.
Oh, it sucks to be me. If he said that the insiders and everyone did say that games weren't going to Game Pass day one because they couldn't afford it, and that's where people like Crap Gamer were saying they've got no money, they're skint, and going bankrupt. Yeah, the games were being removed day one on Game Pass. That was one of the insider stories, wasn't it? Do you remember that? Instead, they come out and said that's not the case, and they doubled down on it, which people seem to be glazing over, is that all Activision and Blizzard games are going to Game Pass. They're all going to be on there, which includes the CODs.
Every game.
Yeah.
Well,
Starting with Diablo
every
4
game.
on March 28th, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Diablo 4. And are we going to expect Call of Duty when it releases to release the one on Game
I
Pass?
would say so.
They just said it.
Otherwise, they
Which
would
is
have
massive.
probably segregated that out of that statement, I would have thought.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And that is massive.
June's
That's a
gonna be
massive
lit.
deal for Game Pass. But
June's
no
gonna
one
be lit.
no one seems to be none of the media or anything seems to be questioned like saying how great that is that Call of Duty will be on Game Pass day one. That's massive news.
They're in
But it's going to be
denial.
completely overshadowed by the rest of it, by the other nonsense, which I will get into right now. So we got that. So I think the 4 games, personally, which he says is 4 games, he said Indiana Jones and Starfield, all those major titles won't be going to PlayStation, even though they all say, and he's like, he probably put them on later on. This seems like the ABK deal over again, doesn't it? Where he says something and they go, yeah, but he doesn't mean it, and then it just backwards and forwards. Wherever he says is going to be wrong. Wherever he says, they're going to deny it, basically. And yeah, I was going to say, so I think the 4 games are going to be. I think he will put Redfall in there because he did state 2 things.
Possibly.
One, I think they're going to aim for a couple of gas games because he just wants that extra revenue. Games that are sort of dipped and he wants that revenue. So I reckon there will be Sea of Thieves and Grounded on there. But I also reckon he did say that games that are already set up to have launched on PlayStation, and they did announce that Redfall did have a PlayStation version, didn't it?
Yeah, but Starfield.
So that's
doesn't,
why I
so-
suspect. Yeah, but
it's
no,
not
he did
small,
say
though.
Starfield won't be on
But
PlayStation.
I wouldn't categorize Redfall as small. I would categorize if Redfall was a quote unquote better game, would be considered a big game.
But I don't
Right, like
you all
Redfall
know that
was a
PlayStation's
game.
getting the
But they've lost a lot of money on
definitive
Redfall, though,
versions
haven't
of
they?
those games. Like anything
Yeah, of
that goes to
course.
PlayStation is going to run better on the PlayStation hardware. We can guarantee
Yeah,
that.
and they'll review better.
yeah,
Red.
they'll review better.
Yes. They
Yeah.
for sure
They'll
review
get
better.
more frames. They'll have better graphics. Like we just
Exactly,
that's where it's
exactly.
at.
I'll look-
PS5.
I look forward to those games being reviewed higher. That will show the bias, wouldn't it? That will show the clear bias. If Redfall drops on PlayStation and it scores in the 80s, or even Starfield scores in the 90s, that will then show the clear boost that PlayStation games get the
I
clear
don't think
bias, wouldn't it?
Redfall. I
That's
don't
why
think
I'd
they
like
want
those
to
games.
invest any more money into Redfall than they already have.
That's what I'm saying though. They won't have to invest much because there's already a PlayStation version. So that's why I think they would choose that
Well, they
because
would have to
I
get
don't
it
think it's going to
running
make
at
much more
60
money.
on the console, right? And take advantage
Yeah,
of that.
they would have to do all the
cancer-curing,
extra stuff that they did.
SSD.
Yeah.
They may have been
Well, it's
working
good,
on that in the background.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it only took them
Yeah,
from
they
when they
did.
actually dropped the game. It only took them 3 months till it had a 60 FPS patch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anything can be done for
And
sure.
technically, it didn't. It hasn't been a year yet.
Oh, that's true.
No.
No, it was March,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Oh, May.
No,
Oh, is it May?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Was
May.
it May? Bloody hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
I reckon
the
it
patch
could be
was
that.
for what, October?
Yeah, something like that.
That
That
was
sounds about right.
October, yeah.
Either way, they said the announcements aren't going to be that far away for whatever
That'll be
games they're
soon.
going to be. So
Yeah.
it'll be
So
before
if you
June.
could just imagine if they announced Redfall, people are gonna be like, "It's not been a year."
Give them
Yeah, it would be
You said it
Crackdown
was more
3.
than a year.
Just give them Crackdown 3, guys. I love
That game is awesome, by the way.
I love that
Listen,
game.
Crackdown
That'd be
3 is
funny
good,
if-
bro.
I know.
That'd be hilarious
They
to
can
give them
shut
Crackdown
up.
3.
I know, right?
Eat their humble pie.
I want to crack down 4, but I don't think we'll ever see it.
We can if that goes
Nah.
to PlayStation. If it does well on PlayStation, we're getting a Crackdown 4.
That's the way. That's
Yeah.
what we're gonna send all the games that we want sequels to. I mean, theoretically, that's what he's saying right now, right? So he literally said that the reason why they're doing this is so that they can continue to invest, which leads me to believe that like that team that made Hi-Fi Rush wants to make Hi-Fi Rush 2. They're like, bro, that shit did not sell enough, and they're like, okay, we're gonna put it on PlayStation.
Let's get some
Same
free
thing with
money.
Pentiment, right?
First iterations
Yeah, exactly.
of franchises that have reached their full potential, and then this builds up that base so that when the sequel comes out, if you know it's not coming out on PlayStation or Nintendo, you're only going to be able to get it on Xbox, and you're already a fan, you're going to buy an Xbox, and that's what I think they're trying. They're testing the water. You can see all the different avenues they're going down, looking at, let's try this and see what sticks, let's try this and see what sticks, to try and grow their business. And they're very much so like, if that is a failure, they aren't going to continue doing it. And that's what was kind of really important in takeaway, is they're still learning and they're still getting takeaways from what they're doing within their business. And
And they realized they needed to tread carefully too.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he meant by case by case. It doesn't mean later on we'll change our minds. Yeah, I think he means
He said about not
if these
damaging
games don't do
Xbox.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
If these games don't do well and they've maximised their
biggest
profit,
thing-
then we'll move them over possibly.
But
Yep.
But other
all
than
of
that-
it is fucked up right now.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
everybody's botting a little
Pixelated.
bit.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
everyone's like my connection says green, and then everyone else is like Ashtray and I are okay. It's probably because we're all over the world. I blame the fact that we're all over the
Yeah.
world.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
4 countries.
fucking 5 stars, baby, or five bars over here. Video connected, all green.
Yeah,
I think the biggest
mine
thing
says
is
it's a
that, like,
connection.
I
I'm Emily.
trust what they're doing. I trust their team. Like, the team over there, I like, they didn't do this to half-ass it, right? And I feel like they have our best interests at heart. That's just my opinion. So I trust what they're doing. Potentially, and someone brought it up. We had our community blowout yesterday, and someone brought up, like, what if these games are being taken to other systems because of the ABK deal? What if it's so that they can move forward with other purchases,
Or, like,
right?
to get over the FTC's
Yes, to
bullshit and make them stop.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so
Yeah.
we don't know. That's the thing. They're not going to come out here and say, well, guys, look at all the documents that we have, right? And so to a certain point, you have to kind of trust that they're doing what they need to do to continue to move forward, right?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually think this is a Discord problem on our not us. I think it's really
Yeah.
Discord's fault. I'm gonna blame Discord. Fuck you blames you though, Elite. Yeah, just so you know.
I mean, I
Yeah.
kind of do too.
I will second that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at this
three.
point,
Like,
with
Three.
just go
I
4
co-sign.
against
There
1.
we go.
He might be frozen right now.
jumped in.
Oh, okay.
Rizik says, what's strange is all Xbox guys going after Jez, Tom, etc. The rumours were true. The reaction last week made them pull back. I don't think they would have. I don't think the rumours were true. I mean, the rumours said all games are going to PlayStation day one. Game Pass is gonna not have day one games. There's lots of the rumours. It's just it was lots of speculation. There was just so much stuff said that some of it's bound to be true because they basically covered every single thing, didn't they? They covered every single point. So yes, some bits of everything they covered was true.
This is exactly what we knew,
but
what they were going to say anyway, right? Like everybody who said that this has been since the dawn of time. I did a rumor. It's not true. Oh, they changed it last second, man. Come on, man. They changed it. They pulled it back. Come on. It was never gonna. What is happening? No. Oh, no, man.
Or they switch it to like someday, maybe in the future, 10 years from now, and it's like, okay, well, at that point,
you know what?
Like, anything can happen.
If you're an insider who went ahead and jumped on this and went crazy, and now you have to say, oh no, it really was true. You shouldn't have said shit. You should have just let it come out. Because then it would have been true, and then we would have spoken on it and acted. But since y'all was acting like bitches out there, going ahead, running around, oh my God, everything is going everywhere, 100% confirmed.
Yep.
Yeah, like they're not going to destroy.
Now you look like an asshole, and that was a personal problem that you put yourself into. Listen, Lord Cognito was on our show, on Her, Him, and the Guest. He said he had all this information just like everybody else a week before. He didn't say shit. Why? Because to him, he mattered. His credibility. He didn't want to put it out there, and he didn't want to go his integrity, exactly. And he didn't want to do it. You know what everybody else did? They said, fuck my integrity. I'm going to go out there and do what I want because it's going to get me clicks. Guess what, bitch? The shit backfired. Now you look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not our problem. That's yours.
And these guys have a responsibility to not just us, to everybody out there, to give reliable news and information. They're just trying to rush for click, click, click. And that's why we call them frauds. And now what's made this apparent, apparent to everybody is who are frauds and who aren't frauds in this community. Yeah. And it's gotten to that level, which sucks, but it is what it is. And people just want to get that notoriety, and that's all they care about. And it's upsetting that that's the way it is. And it's kind of ruining a lot of, what's gaming and the community is supposed to be about. And that's the real bad issue here.
To that as well, like now it's easy to go ahead and for them to say, it's like, well, Xbox did this. But the thing is, we didn't hear anything from Xbox except for what took place yesterday. And so I can't blame them for anything other than what I heard from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those are facts. Everything else was a rumor that was just taken way too far. And as they saw Twitter burning and falling apart and people emotional, acting on everything, making it just bigger and bigger, they just sat there and kept on adding and piling on. And so right now, the thing to do would be, hey, listen, maybe it was taken too far, right? And then we can start from there. But going ahead and now pointing fingers at Xbox, it makes no damn sense.
Let me tell you, I promise you right now, none of their sources was Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, or Matt Booty. I can guarantee you that much. So the person who works wherever they work and they heard something from somebody, so they're going to run out to try to listen. Again, shame on them for going so hard in that direction without knowing 100% factually that this was 100% going to happen. You can't, no matter what you say or do or think about it. And they came out, they did not say that to us. They said these 4 games, and they said small games and gas games. None of that sounds like Starfield and the other games that they were out here talking about, right? They even had to directly say, are any of those games Starfield or Indiana Jones? He was like, no. Oh,
should have asked Blade in that question. People still have question marks about Blade, right?
That's
but
the annoying
people are going to do
now,
the same thing no matter what.
I know.
No matter what.
Nonstop.
It is.
Let me ask you a question. Where is anybody doing these massive rumors based off of the PlayStation put out the day before on Valentine's Day when they came out here talking about the fact that they were going to put their stuff everywhere, that they were going to be multi-platform? Hold on, I'm sorry. He said, we're going to be multi-platform and put our stuff everywhere, like computers, but everybody now wants to say only computers. Only PC is the multi-platform. No, multi. You know what's multi? It's not 2 places. Okay? It's not 2 places. He would have said, we're going to put our stuff on a couple of places. Oh, multi. It's not just PC. It's going to be Xbox. It's going to be Switch. It's going to be everything. They're going to do it all the same way at some point or another. Look at your boy Phil, who's in the know, who's actually somebody who deals with these people. He had an interview, I forget with who, but they asked him about Helldivers, right? And he said, yeah, Helldivers is doing great, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he says, I don't know how, or I don't know who it helps that they didn't put it on Xbox, right? So even Phil is looking at PlayStation, telling them, like, come on, man, you know you're going to bring shit over here. It's happening. Why didn't we already start with this one, right? This could have been bigger for you, right? Yeah. Because we damn well know it's not doing great on PlayStation. All these frauds out here acting like it's so dope. Great. The Twitter bubble is great, but most of the people who are playing it are on PC. Like, let's call a spade a spade.
Yep.
Right? PlayStation's doing what they do. The ponies are doing what they do. They talk a big game and then they don't show up for their shit.
And the wild thing is that, you know, Xbox gets enough burn from the ponies, the Xbox community, right? And then when these rumors came out and everyone ran with it, we were like, well, not us, right? But the people out there were acting just like the ponies, going ahead and doing the same things that they do. Yeah. And it's wild to do that to your own, like, to the box that you claim to love.
Just to be clear, like, we're not worried about Xbox coming out and saying something and us being stuck with anything. And I think everybody who's been an Xbox fan for a long time would know, based off the fact that Xbox literally changed their entire console generation because of backlash. Them to say, hey, we're not going to put a game on this console anymore, forget what we said, that's done. That's words. Nothing has to happen. All they have to do is say, okay, we won't do it. They literally changed their entire plan. Took out the Kinect, which the system couldn't work without the Kinect. They had to do a patch for it. They had studios who were making Kinect games based off the fact that they believed a Kinect was going to be in every single box, but they changed that too. They did it because of the backlash. So I don't want to hear that these people are somehow saviors of us because they went out there making a fuss when something wasn't real. In all reality, all they did was put our community in turmoil and cause so much rage and fear all throughout the Xbox community, so much so that when Phil took the stage, he was like, listen, we were planning this since December. We would have talked about ABK because that would have been the thing that everybody was thinking about, but obviously now we have to handle this because it's been blown out of proportion, right? Yeah. Like, listen, I understand y'all want to come out with their superhero capes, right? They I took the bullet for you guys.
Well, until
I'm sorry,
it's
you
announced,
didn't do shit. We didn't want you to be the hero, bro. Well, just go sit the fuck down. We would have taken it upon ourselves to do it.
Until it's announced, like, they can walk back anything that's happening behind the scenes. So
absolutely,
regardless,
they
of
look
what
like they did nothing, even if it's true,
or what they were talking about.
They did nothing.
That's fine. Risk it. Until they announce it, there's nothing there to kind of go off. It could always be a rumor. It could always be speculation. It could be that's a plan. Like, we have multiple plans going on. Like, what happens if we do it this way, and what happens if we do it that way?
Of course they do. They're
exactly, Panda. Yes, exactly. That's the thing, because it's a business and you have to explore every avenue. And so you do have conversations. What if this happened? What if PlayStation goes ahead and does this? What will we do? But these are hypothetical conversations, right? For the what ifs. And those are not real.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They're called blue sky ideas. If you're in business, you know that's stuff that's far out, that's not going to necessarily make sense, especially now, could in 10, 15 years time. And then you throw those ideas around. Even if you look at, I think it was Peter Moore back in the 360 days, they were talking about having these big sessions where they'd go off and they'd run all these theories on game plans on how to do stuff, and they spent a whole weekend doing that kind of stuff. That's the kind of shit that they do, and they would have probably done that kind of scenario in a smaller level in a boardroom, going, "Oh, okay, what if Starfield, Halo, and that went there? And what if this and that went there? And it could have been an intern that saw that and saw Halo on the board and gone, oh, that's it. And then start texting all their buddies. And that's how it all happened. Who knows?
Yeah.
But there's always hypotheticals.
Let's not
and they've got to
forget that
look
they
at
had
the
an
pros and
amazing
cons.
direct. And here comes PlayStation with their state of shit. It was pure trash. They don't have any freaking games coming out.
Third
and
party.
then magically, Xbox is just, they can't afford anything. Now, did they not just have to, they went ahead and some people were let go, right? Obviously, they have, you know, they were taken care
Sustainability for
of,
the business,
right?
yeah.
This is not a you're fired, you don't get anything, right? Elise always at it.
You know,
Taking it to the
Why
head.
couldn't it have been somebody who was let go that maybe was upset, right? And they went ahead and created the situation. Like, why are we not thinking outside the box? Like, what else could have taken place? Let's not act like employees don't get upset when they lose their positions.
Look, there's several scenarios that we could hypothetically say that happened. It could have been what I said, someone seeing it on a whiteboard, disgruntled ex-employee. Could have been fed on purpose to see what would happen. There are heaps of things that we can hypothesize about, but we're never going to know. And again, to your point, Doodle, if it's not an official announcement, then it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Never happened.
you notice none of this shit, as Doodle said, none of these rumors appeared until State of Play. Until that was complete trash and utter crap. Then all these rumors started popping
There
up.
was Hi-Fi
Almost
Rush
just
before then,
sort of
right?
just
That was rumored.
Hi-Fi Rush came out a while ago.
Yeah.
And Sea Thieves.
Like the rumor of it.
Yeah.
yeah,
But then
it
it
was made for
exploded.
PlayStation. Same
And
as
the timing is peculiar.
Yeah.
But just real quick, I want to say one more thing: is we need more people like COD in the industry, in the community, level-headed. That dude is so level-headed. That's the reason. His integrity and all that, but he's smart. He's smarter than the average bear, and he knew not to say anything. Well, at least not him officially saying anything, because he's smart like that. And we need more people level-headed, just not wanting to go out there for clicks, clickbait titles,
Absolutely.
notoriety, all that.
They can always turn around and like
props to
go,
him.
oh no, we weren't actually going to say that, and then you look like you get egg on your face, and a lot of these people do look like that. But I just really want to call out that while they did this business update, confirmed 34 million Game Pass subscribers. Well done, and that'll be PC and console. That isn't core, and those who are trying to downplay and say, oh, that's inclusive of core. No, because we knew that Live had like millions and millions of
Core was like 45 million people who had gold.
Yeah.
Like it just disappeared. They just got automatically turned into core members.
Game
So
Pass Core,
it'd bring it up over 100, wouldn't it? Or
yeah,
something?
Game Pass Core
Or
as whole is not
It's like
what you
70
would consider
70 at
to
least.
be what we know as Game Pass, and so people are trying to downplay the 34 million. But I look at that and go, we now know that this sounds like PC and console at 34 million, and it's nice that they've announced it at this point, because with their business plan and putting some of these maybe live service games on, or COD, going into Game Pass day and date, you should start to see that number rise and them to grow in that respect as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm
Absolutely.
happy we finally got numbers on Game Pass. It's been a while. I think, when was the last one? 24 million was the last one that we actually had a proper announcement?
Yeah, about that.
25. I think it was 25,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
And
wait
so-
until COD hits Game Pass Day 1.
Yes,
It'll
yes,
boost.
Yeah.
Gonna be wild.
That's
And by the way, the last number I saw for PS Plus was 47 million. So it's not really that much higher. And they've got a hell of a lot more consoles out there than we do, apparently.
Is that their standard, like, that's essentials and
I think that's
extra
all
and
together what they
premium,
have.
right? That's all of it.
Yeah, that's
So-
that's all of it. That's all their
Because didn't we,
thingies.
weren't they
whatever they're called,
announcing,
tiers.
I feel like last week before something, they were like to, I don't know how many million active users and those sort of things. So you know that just 34 million would only be a chunk, like a small part of their overall people engaging on the Xbox ecosystem.
Yeah,
as
they have a
whole.
lot
Yeah.
more people. I mean, like, so PlayStation announced that they had 123 million active users,
Monthly
in a
active
month.
users. Yep.
Yeah, but like
Xbox
that's
is similar.
that's like so bad in comparison to Xbox.
200
Like
million, isn't it?
Minecraft alone has that amount pretty much, let alone all the other games that they have rocketed. So
Yeah.
crazy.
Your thoughts? Is anyone in agreement around the 34 million, or do you think that's inclusive of core? I just think it's really.
I can't have core. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, the number would be higher than that. And I think the core guys don't get games day and date either, do they?
No, they get like selected. Is it 25?
Oh, no.
It's only a handful.
Yeah, they only
10.
have 25 games.
25.
Yeah.
25.
Nothing like actual Game Pass.
I'm not even close.
So, the other massive news that came from that was the hardware.
Yes.
So
I was just gonna.
Very excited.
Sorry, go.
What's up, Elite?
I was just gonna say did have Risky in here, but he's left. I think he was upset with us all.
I
don't know if you read the comments.
I just ignored it. It's an opinion, and everyone is entitled to their opinion. And he's entitled to his.
Because he said Sarah told him directly that all Xbox games are going to PlayStation.
Oh,
so
why would she
tell? He says we're all having a go. Yeah, it does seem odd. Yeah. She also told Daltonus. It just does seem weird. Oh no, I should have said that now. I can't think straight. Apparently, yeah.
There
you go.
Speaking to Sarah, but she hasn't told him much, other than I think.
Yeah, she spoke to him directly and told him because he's upset that we're all having to go at people like Tim Dog and that because he said all those games are going to Xbox because they spoke out.
They didn't speak out.
Then they're not going to Xbox.
Yeah, then
no, because they spoke out. All the games all were going to go to PlayStation. But because they spoke out, they're not going to PlayStation. We should be thanking them.
He didn't quite say that though. Like it
wouldn't make any sense.
Well, if you read his comments,
he's still in chat. He's still in chat. Late. He is.
Yeah. Oh, he left.
No.
Listen. At the end of the day, these are the facts, and what Phil went ahead and said. We can't live on someone else's imagination, right? Like it's
whether
not real.
Whether it was real to them or not, that's the problem. They no matter what they do or say, they cannot convince us unless they show your sources. Go ahead, get mad. You want to get mad at Xbox? You want to say, you know what, Xbox, screw you. You threw me under the bus. Then what do you got to lose? If they threw you under the bus so bad, reveal the sources. Get us the name, show us the message.
Show us the messages.
Put it out there, and then hey, guess what? We'll believe you. But until then, they're just words from people that we can objectively see ourselves, who are just looking to write headlines that are dramatic so that they can get clicks. And even now, to this freaking moment, and I changed the word because I was trying to be good. To the moment, you even still have somebody like Tom Warren going and taking a question that was asked to Phil Spencer dead ass right now. Hey, are any of those games Starfield and Indiana Jones? No. Okay. Ask him in an interview. So are you saying there's no chance ever in life for eternity, any possible, no matter what, it's never coming to PlayStation? And he's like, motherfucker, what are you talking about? I can't tell you that. I'm saying that right now it's not happening. Okay? So calm down and stop with the questions. I'm not going to say that it's coming elsewhere. I'm also not going to say that it could never happen. Guess what? In 15 years, if they want to release Indiana Jones 2024,
remaster
2039, go ahead, bro. Phil, you got my blessing. All right. If y'all gonna wait that long to play it, y'all not gonna buy no other games. Just gonna wait for all of these games to eventually come one day. Come on, man. Get on my face.
Exactly. Where do you stop? That's the point.
Risk it. Really
he's gonna have to answer each individual game question.
It's not his actual business, right? Phil could potentially not be there, and they can decide what they want to do moving forward. So he cannot go ahead and speak in that way.
He couldn't do it in court.
Exactly.
In court, they try to get him to say that, can you tell me that it would never go or you would never do this? He's like, I can't tell you that, bro. Like, I can't. We can't say never. I own a business. There's no never, right? You can never say never in business.
And the reason why he never says never, you know why he never says never? Because if he says never, then he'd be held accountable when it happens, and he'd be called a liar, which he's always
Absolutely.
doing.
Everything lives on the
So
internet.
yeah, they'd be, but you said 20 years ago that it never happened, but it's happened. Oh, you liar! That's what happened.
It
Yeah,
looks silly
he's
right
learned
now
from his mistakes.
for Starfield because of Sarah Bond coming out and going like behind that big Starfield exclusive sign. Like she stood in front of that. So I don't know. I think they're just still trying to push it and get an idea or feel for,
Because they put so much faith in it.
What the potential there is around, are they taking a hard line on this business stance, or is there still some wiggle room? And I think, I mean, he still has to ask the question. Just depends how he chooses to
frame
the
it.
answer or frame it or anything like
But
that.
that was the problem.
Yeah.
When you see him redo it, right? When he tweeted out, he said he cannot confirm or he cannot like commit to it. It's like, come on, man.
Well, it's kind
He's
of like
framing it in that way, which is annoying, man. But that just shows you that it's about their job over the community. So the community doesn't give a fuck about what happens to them or how they're looked at, because they only give a shit about what they are going to receive from it. That's the same thing from every other person in this
you know
fucking
what's
place.
wild? They're out there dissecting these words, right? But again, PlayStation is going third party, and where's the conversation as to what games are coming first? What's going to happen? How are they going to go ahead and go about this? This is not a topic of conversation, and it's such a big deal. I mean, it's PlayStation, no?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And
gonna ever follow. Yeah.
What's up, Elite?
Yeah, no one's ever questioned PlayStation. That's that as the next topic actually. Sony announced that they're losing money, and they're going to go multi-platform, and
go to PC.
It's a definite, isn't it? It's a definite that these games, PlayStation exclusives, are going to go to PC day one, especially after the success of Helldivers that we keep continuously seeing, where all they do is post Steam charts and Steam numbers and stuff. So the irony of that.
Is there a way to get PlayStation
so great? Here's some Steam numbers. yeah, exactly.
Maybe through
because they keep them hidden
or something.
They've already kept them. They're all PlayStation always kept their player numbers hidden for some reason, and that's a big question. You got to ask yourself why. Why they post sales but not their player counts? Why don't they show them? It's just weird. Probably because their player numbers wouldn't add up to their sales numbers. That's why it'd prove it. They probably fudged a lot of it. But yeah, it's PlayStation's going to
doing this either. By the way, I think this is a long time coming. Like you go ahead and you start thinking about the position they've been in and how the year that they had in 2023, and you're like, okay, well, this absolutely makes sense. This is something that maybe this should have been a rumor back in 2023 as to where their future would be, and they would have gotten that right. Because look at them going third party. They are not buying the games. It doesn't matter how many boxes are out there. If the software is not selling, then you're not getting that money back. And we do see the amount of money that they spend on their games. Do we see how much goes into Spider-Man? And to barely make that money back, that's ridiculous. And I put that on the gamers. They're not buying the games. This is not on PlayStation. They held strong for quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you do what you got to do to try to continue and survive.
It's a smart evolution and next step for their business strategy and like what they're wanting to do. Like we listened to Xbox's business update and they talked about growth and sustainability and wanting to be here for the next 20 years. PlayStation has the exact same plan. They want to be here the next 20 years. They want to grow. They want to be sustainable. They want to increase their profit margins, but they're not getting that by keeping the games solely on the PlayStation ecosystem as an exclusive, so they need to expand beyond console and go to PC. And we're going to start seeing day and date, Helldivers day and date, more games releasing day and date on that PC side. They're talking about moving into mobile, and that's exactly what Xbox is doing and Microsoft is doing in their space. Cloud, yeah, it's inevitable, and there are still people just head in the sand.
Being held.
Going, we don't want games coming to PC. Games coming to PC improves games going to console. You might not get the most brilliant, fidelity of graphics that you're used to because they now have to either go to Nexus and port the game, or then have divide the development time to make sure that they're optimizing for both lots of platforms. But the more people playing the game, the more people spending money, means the more money for PlayStation to then reinvest into the games that you want. And that keeps them there, and that keeps you coming back. And if you can't see that because you're so loyal to a plastic box and you don't care about them still being here in 20 years, then kudos. Don't buy the game at all if you know it's coming to PC. Pull a crap gamer and then just get rid of your pre-order on that game or anything like that, like you did with Quantum Break. Like, the reactions are stupid. Absolutely stupid. Like, if you don't want them to be here, then do what you're already doing. Don't buy their games.
Absolutely.
And listen, some of the games that they have can benefit from going on other platforms, and that's just the reality of it. Like, which one was it that barely made the money back? Ratchet and Clank. They can go ahead, put that on the Switch, put it on Xbox, and there's a possibility because there are more rounded players on those other platforms, because we do know that the PlayStation player does love their Call of Duty. They love a certain very specific game, and that's why they've had to shave off. Elite, you okay over there?
Oh, he's
trying to drown himself.
Yeah, I know.
He blames his internet.
I don't want you to choke on anything, all right?
guys, hold on, baby, real quick. So, guys,
I know you guys have to jump out, right? You've got another show.
Yes, I don't want to ruin the party. We were having such a good time.
We had such a great time. Thank you so much for having us.
All good. No, thanks for coming as usual.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
We love you.
We love you guys. Thank you. I had a blast. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, guys.
Awesome.
All right.
Easy. Have a good
Hugs.
show.
See ya.
It's coming from Hugs, then. See you again soon. Bye.
All right, I'm going to try and fix this in the interim.
There we go.
Okay.
Doodle's staying. Oh, there she goes. Yeah, so just go back quickly.
It might get better now because I think it's just so many people from scattered planets.
Yeah, well, there's one whole continent that we don't have to worry about now. I want to talk about the announcement that they made about the hardware, and that it's going to be the biggest generational leap ever. That's pretty big words to say. I mean, they keep talking about Xbox being the most powerful console and all that, and it hasn't kind of really panned out this generation to the degree that we expected it to. But if you're level-headed enough to understand things, it's because they changed to a whole GDK, and it takes time for people to get used to that. At the same time, Unreal Engine 5 sort of started at the same time, so it's a whole big learning curve.
Yeah.
But what's smart about it is that they've set themselves up for the technology and the Series S and X to actually perform even better going through to next generation, because obviously they're going to still keep games working on those consoles, even if they do drop a new console in the next couple of years, 2-3 years, whatever it might be. And so that's smart play. That's smart business on Xbox's behalf. They kind of put future tech into it that wasn't ready yet. But it will pan out, which is really great to see. But they're going to have the biggest generational leap ever. Now, how much more can you really do? We've got the two biggest things, at least anyway, is frames, 60 plus, and graphics.
Yeah.
Does this tell you that that's what it's going to be? Is it going to be 60 regardless as a standard, and then graphics are going to do whatever, or what? How do you sort of take that? What are your thoughts, Elite? We'll go with you first.
What? Where the games go? What game? What are we referring to?
We're talking about the hardware, the next gen hardware that they're saying that's going to be the biggest generational leap of that they've ever done.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to read
I reckon they're going to try lock. I reckon they're
go for it. Read
I
the
reckon
quote and then answer.
Things down. I'll go then.
Okay, so Cerebron said there's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday, and we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And what we're really focused on there is delivering the largest technical leap you will ever see or ever seen in hardware generation, which makes it better for players and better for creators and the vision that they're building. So they're saying the new roadmap that they're doing for next gen is going to have a massive leap in comparison to what we've seen in previous generations.
And I reckon they're hinting at AI, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to jump on what Monad's saying. Oh, do you think console moving closer to PC? I think definitely that.
Absolutely.
I think it's gonna be more of a hybrid PC console. I reckon that's what they can do. As you said, touch on AI as well. I think it's gonna be. I think PlayStation going to bring out a PlayStation 6, bring out another standard console, but I think Xbox is set to leap on that. Yeah, P4, yeah, Pro, and it looked exactly the same as the others, but probably with another sort of another wedge to it. But I think Xbox is planning to leap that because all the revenue got come in. They're going to have more studios, lots of money coming in. That's the whole plot. That's what I said ages ago, but they're going to just completely undermine PlayStation. That's their goal. That's why they want as much revenue as possible. Yeah. That's why I don't feel bad, and I don't think they feel a loss putting old games onto. I'll just quick shout out to C Money in the chat, and I think Doodle's in it. Yeah, Doodle. Thank you, C Money and Doodle, if you're still listening. Thank you for both so much for being on here. Post a link to your channel so that people can subscribe to it, and that is fantastic to have you on. And hope to have you both on soon. Anyway, yes, I think they're going to completely leapfrog and take Sony. Just pull the rug from underneath them. I think they'll be a hybrid PC. I reckon you might be able to even add and take away stuff. Like add in. It's sort of like a PC. You can just transfer stuff. Possibly.
Modular. It'll be a modular thing. Yeah.
Yeah, even more like a Steam Deck. I reckon it would probably have Steam on it. I reckon they would probably deal with Valve and have Steam on it. So I reckon it will be something real next gen, and I reckon they will completely undercut PlayStation or wherever the price PlayStation comes out of. I reckon they're undercutting by about £200 or $200, whatever. I reckon they're going to completely undercut them. Infinite Umbra's in the chat. Hello, Infinite. How are you, mate? So I think I'm excited for next gen, and that's another thing. One of the rumors that they leave, there won't be any more consoles. But Phil come straight out and said, didn't he, a couple of days ago, that no, we're gonna still make consoles, which he's always said. This is what annoys me, that he continuously says stuff, and they were shaking their heads, going, no, he's not going to do that, and he's going, yep, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. They're like, no, you're not doing it, and it's just irritating. It gets to the point where Sony PlayStation never gets this backlash. If PlayStation come out and say something like, Gran Turismo 7s, you can only play it on a PlayStation 5. You need to buy a PlayStation 5. And then they lie and put it on the PlayStation 4. But there's never, whenever PlayStation announce something, there's never, you sure, PlayStation? You sure you're not going to put it on Xbox? Or you sure you're not going to do this? There's never that sort of doubt. But Xbox gets every time, and Phil has to continuously come out and do this stupid little podcast and that, which then he gets hate for. And you think he doesn't have to do that. Well, no one at PlayStation ever comes out and says that. Whenever they get questioned, no one at PlayStation comes out and goes, "Oh no, we better speak." They just stay quiet. They don't give a shit.
PlayStation doesn't pay attention to any of the social media stuff. They really don't.
No.
They don't.
Or their fans or anyone. They don't care. They just want money.
They
don't care what their fans say.
And they're going to do it. That's it.
If they put their games day one on PC and the fans come out and went, "No, don't do that," they will just give them the finger. They won't give a shit. They won't give a fuck.
They're a business.
It's happening. It's the end. Exactly. It's exactly the same as Xbox and Microsoft. Yeah. But Microsoft seem to listen to their gamers and see. But PlayStation do not give a fuck. But no one ever questions them with anything, and it's just so irritating and so ignorant of people just to do that. It just annoys me.
What do you guys?
Go on, then. One of you guys can talk now. What do you think the future could be?
I was just gonna say, what do you think the hardware that's coming that they're going to share with us at the end of this year is going to be? Because I know some people are going, "Oh, it's next gen," but I think they took the quote out of context. Like, she talked about this holiday that the new hardware they're going to share at the end of this year, but then she also talked about the next gen hardware roadmap, and I feel like those are two different conversations. Like, they're not ready to talk about next gen yet, but yeah, they're going to talk about something at the end of this year. Yeah,
I think next gen. I think they're going to release. They're not going to do 2 SKUs next time. I don't think they're going to bother with that. I think they're going to go with a portable and a hybrid PC slash console.
Well, that's
I
kind
reckon.
of
So that is
SKUs.
2 SKUs.
Yeah, yeah. It is two
yeah,
SKUs, but the
math-wise, they're two
portable, you know what I mean?
different
But the portable was never considered one, is it really? Like a part of the main SKU.
Well, apparently it'll be dockable. So
It's still going to be in there.
it's going to be like a Switch, but better.
Yeah.
So you still be
Yeah,
able to play
a lot
through
better.
your TV. I'm down
Yeah,
for that,
so-
by the way, because I travel. So taking something
Exactly,
better
me
than
too.
a Switch
Yeah,
will
exactly.
be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be like a Steam Deck.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I think. I reckon they'll make. I reckon that they'll make a console that you have in your base, in your house. Why do I say base? A console you have in your house.
Elite lives in a base.
As
in a
opposed to its
bunker.
games. Yeah, it's my base. When you, let's all go back to the base, kids. Dad,
Any
you mean home?
speculation as to what you think
Base.
they're going to
I'm
announce
in
at the end of
base.
this year? What they're going to announce at the end of this year? Anyone want to speculate?
I reckon they'll. I reckon they might announce that
I will quit gaming.
their plans. I reckon they might say we are doing this next gen. It starts then. Yada yada. What they're doing. I don't reckon there'll be
You reckon they're
another
going to
SKU
announce
for
it
this
really
gen.
early?
I know. I think this gen will end earlier than the normal gens. I reckon that it might end like in.
Well, the rumor was 2026 was when the next gen stuff would start.
Which is still early, isn't it? That's very early.
6 years into the generation, yes.
Yeah, very early. Because usually a
Compared to what it-
generation lasts 9 years, is it?
8 to 9 years,
eight,
but I mean
9
before
years,
that
yeah.
it's been shorter, 3 years, 4 years, and it's just it's
so-
then got longer.
Yeah. So yeah, they could easily announce 2 years is still plenty of time to announce the next gen. That's 2 years off. And usually they do it back then, didn't they? I mean, when we started hearing about new Xboxes and that was about 2 years before the new Xbox.
Yeah, but I mean, even
Right.
at the start of this gen, there was mention
2019.
of them already working on next gen hardware.
Well, they announced the new
So they've been
hardware
talking about it already.
into 2019 at the Game of Year Awards, and then a year later, the hardware was out. So I don't think, if they're looking at 2026, I don't think you're going to get anything at the end of 2024. I think you're more likely to hear about it in end of 2025, early 2026. That's if they're going with it. But I don't. This hardware could be anything. It could be the little handheld. It could be, who knows. I just want an Elite Series 3. Just give me an Elite Series 3 controller. I would just love a new controller. I like using these standard ones, but I prefer my Elite every step of the
They're
way.
talking about a new controller with the same resistance thing that PlayStation has.
As long as they fix the left and right bumper issues, I will be turning all of that extra resistance thing off
Shit
because
off.
I just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
having
they should
my
go
hair
full in.
triggers.
Yeah.
I like having my hair triggers.
PlayStation likes gimmicks.
I think updated rumble feature.
Yeah, I like
might be
the
nice.
the head triggers are great. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, I think PlayStation always goes too far in its gimmicks, and it just ends up draining the battery. Like what games are utilising that
Yeah,
that
but their
blow
batteries aren't very
blow
big
thing?
anyway in comparison.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
No, other than Astro Boy at the beginning of the generation, nothing's. Is it Astro Boy? Was it that used it? Nothing's used it. It's same as remember the last generation. They had the little pad, that little touchpad thing on it, and they showed that off, and no games use that either. It's just like,
Yeah, Ratchet
they
and
love-
Clank did, and that was about it.
Yeah, they love shoving little like gimmicks on their controllers to show them off and show what it can do, but never making anything that uses the gimmicks. So I hope Microsoft don't do something stupid like that, and they keep keep it simple. Hair triggers is great. Extra bumpers and stuff like that is great. Almost like an Elite controller, but not expensive, like a downgraded one, so it's not so expensive. It's more affordable. I think that's what they need to do.
Monad, very quickly, I just want to clarify. Are you saying this June showcase or next June showcase?
What's he saying?
He said, I think console and handheld will be announced at the June showcase for a 2026 release. So I'm wondering, is he talking about this year or end of the year? Because I know that they talked about hardware at the end of the year. But yeah.
It's hard to say, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because they can change how they present things and how early or how late they want to do it. So
Yeah. They could. I think you're right about the AI. I'm really interested to see what they're going to be doing around the largest technical
Yeah.
like what what is their roadmap around what will be interesting to see what they consider when you break it all down, like what would be that technical leap. And they've obviously gone through and really had a look at it, and I think it's cool that Sarah's sort of heading that side of it. Just need to slide into her DMs and just go, give me all the details. I will be a tester. Yeah. No.
Moist.
I just hearing that, I know a lot of it is that whole PR speak, but just knowing that there is that dedication for next gen hardware is really important to kind of remind people. And Phil's talked about it, like we're going to be here for another, plan is to be here for another 20 years. We don't know what technology is going to be like in 20 years time, so consoles might be a thing of the past. Who knows? That could most likely is a possibility be some technological advancement, which means we step away from that. But AI, machine learning is definitely going to be a massive thing. I think more so than what we're seeing currently now, because it's a lot more mature than when it was first introduced in that space. Yeah. Controller show in June. I would love a controller show in June. Yes, I really would. I really want.
I think he's being sarcastic.
Well, I want a new controller, please. He says yes this year. Monad says yes this year. I feel like that might be a bit too far in advance. But I mean, if they've already got plans out, kudos to them. Yeah, who knows?
What do we want for the next console? We want locked
120
60.
FPS. 60 minimum.
Oof.
Yeah. I
It
want
won't be
60
locked
minimum.
120 FPS, I think.
60 minimum.
Maybe, yeah.
No,
yeah,
60
locked
minimum.
60 minimum.
With
Yeah, 60 minimum. That's what I mean.
FPS
Locked.
options.
Nothing below.
Nothing below.
Yeah, 120 FPS. Yeah.
If they're going to go more the PC route, we'll probably get more
4K?
sliders and stuff, so we can then adjust
And
it
settings
up and
of the
down.
That'd be
games.
good. Every game,
That's
yeah.
probably what will happen.
If you just like a PC, you can do the settings on the console rather than the games.
I'm
great.
surprised they haven't essentially just had it run just like PCs. So
Yeah.
instead of
I think
having
that will
an
be the way
Xbox
it'd be.
version and a PC
Yeah.
version of the game,
Yeah.
just have the one version that plays across both, because essentially the console will be a PC. That's what is going to
Yeah.
happen.
And
that'll save
the
a lot of money
Xbox will
too.
match the certain requirements of a PC. You know, when you get requirements on a
minimums,
game
yeah.
PC, yeah. So it'd be like minimum the specs of a PC. So yeah,
Yep.
I reckon that's what I do. And have the exact same. Yes, that's what I reckon they're looking at. I reckon they're definitely looking to merge with PC more, because they know PC is a much bigger market, and that's
So,
where the money is.
very quickly.
And that's been proven for PlayStation as well.
Very quickly, what were you happy with the business update, Elite? Like walking away from that? Or do you feel like they
Yes,
left the
I was
whole
happy with it.
Yeah, you were? And,
Yep, I was happy with it. It's fine. I mean, what did we learn from it? We learned, I mean,
day and date is staying on
many
Game
still
Pass.
unsure, but yeah, we learned all the big titles are staying on Xbox, and not there is exclusive to Xbox. He reiterated what he said 2 years ago, or 1 year ago, 2 years ago. It's case by case. So if the games basically are not doing well and they're making a profit or probably reaching targets that they had planned out, they may go to PlayStation and other platforms just to hit that target,
Yeah.
which is not a problem, because obviously if the games ain't sold well, that means they're not good or they're not popular. So if they go to another platform, what how's that damaging the brand? You can't damage a brand by selling something that's not reached its target by making more money. That doesn't damage the brand. That improves the brand, because all the revenue they're getting from this at the end of the day goes to Xbox. Even if it's on PlayStation, 70% of those profits goes to Xbox, which then goes to making more first party games. Let's just remind everyone that Xbox is the one dropping first party games at the moment, not PlayStation. They're going to have more first party games. They're going to buy more studios, which in turn generates more revenue, which in turn generates more first party games. All the while he's going into Game Pass day one. And let's not forget, the rumours said that these games, Game Pass games won't be day one anymore. That was wrong. So we will still be getting games day one, which is what I'm also happy about, is that we're getting all the Activision games into Game Pass day one, which is fantastic. Which means COD. Means I won't have to waste my fucking money on COD anymore, because I skipped the last few. I like playing COD, but I don't want to spend £70 on them. They're just not worth it.
Not when it drops every year. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, and I've never really played the Overwatches, but I'd love to play Overwatch if it was in Game Pass, which is definitely going to come to Game Pass.
Yeah.
I'm gutted that I bought Diablo now to go to Game Pass because I enjoyed it, but not enough that I spent the money I did on it.
I picked it up on sale.
Well, do you reckon with it going into
Bastard.
Game Pass that we're going to get the seasons in Game Pass as well, or we're going to have to pay for the season separately?
I'll be happy to pay for seasons separately. I've done that on games before. Several games on Game Pass. I'm quite happy if the game's in Game Pass. I think that's the point of it. I'm happy to pay for seasons or pay for stuff like that because I'd rather do that because then you get to play the game on Game Pass, and if you don't like it, you just stop playing it. You're not going to buy seasons for a game you don't like, so you just don't buy the seasons. But if you do like it, then you're happy to invest in that game, which and I would buy the seasons. That's how it works. I mean, Naruto's 100% that game. I love that game, and I bought every single, and they dropped a lot of expansions for it. They dropped loads of expansions. I bought every single one that dropped on that. Same as Conan, I've bought almost all the expansions on that, and I'm quite happy to invest on something that I enjoy. But I won't invest, especially more so if I spent £70 on something, and it's crap. That really annoys me, and even more so than if it's on Game Pass.
Ashtray...
One eternity later.
Thank you.
I never get to run like this. That's not fair.
You never do. Ashtray, what about you? Were you happy with the business update?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they were direct in what they said. I think it was crystal clear, even though there's people out there still questioning things and trying to spin shit.
You serious?
Absolutely. The way they broke it down. The only thing that seemed out of place, and I've watched it a couple of times, when Sarah first sort of talks, she basically is like an advertisement.
Yeah,
and it was weird to slot it in how they did.
She eased into it. Like she felt very stiff to begin with and then relaxed, I think. I think they were just nervous how things were going to, I guess, play out.
But I think just kind of having...
it did seem a bit rehearsed.
Yeah, but it was like an ad being shoved in the middle of it, which was kind of strange. But,
I think it's their messaging. I think they're trying to get that messaging across. And
yeah. So, but the way it was segmented, Phil addressed the exclusivity speak and talk and rumors first. Matt jumped in and said his part and backing what Phil set up, and adding his thoughts and ideas on that as well. And then Sarah then went ahead and doubled down basically on what they said, and then by adding Diablo 4 in there.
Yeah, I think that was a nice.
So it was well done, and they did obviously need that week to put that together to make sure that is how it flowed through. The information flow was really good.
Well, I guess
then talking about the consoles and that going forward was really good.
You talked about they've been planning this since December, so they had to probably relook at the plan and then scrap a whole heap of things and readjust and then change what they were initially planning. So understandable. I also think it gave people time to either run with it and then make a final decision and then now regret what they were doing, or gave people who were quite emotive in their reactions a chance to calm down and really engage their brain. And it was interesting watching like what was going on Twitter at the time, like amount of people posting going, I'm going home to watch all these games get announced going to PlayStation and all of that, and then that didn't happen. And it might have been a case of people coming out and saying like having a very negative reaction and then them looking at it and going, well, okay, maybe this isn't the best bet, or maybe they had more than one SKU. Like, who knows what's actually gone behind the scenes. All we can go off is what was actually announced and take that as fact, and then use that moving forward. But yeah, I feel like they did a good job. A lot of people were going into that expecting to not get what they wanted out of it, and then their mind was changed and like, oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I think they did a good job on that side, because they realized that there were a lot of people probably wanting to abandon ship, and like word of mouth is a thing. But yeah, I know we've got to head on out of here because we were trying to keep the show to 2 hours max. Yeah, that's the plan. But anything else you want to add around the Sony stuff before we head out, Astro, about them going third party?
Yeah, so Xbox need to take a lot of cues from Sony and PlayStation in their announcements and the way they do it and their advertising. They still need to learn from Sony, because Sony, as much as I hate to say it, they do a good job in that.
Yeah.
Look at how they announced basically going third party. right at the same time all this shit was going down with Xbox. They pick and choose their timing very, very well, and they do it on purpose.
Yeah.
And how they do it is, and they don't do it on social media.
Nope.
They do it through other avenues, and then it filters through.
Like an official press conference and those sort of things.
Yeah, or a blog or something. Yeah. So I think Xbox need to sort of probably take a step back a little bit from the community and not try and be buddy with everybody.
Yeah.
In that respect. And then I still stand, I'll always stand and I'll die on this hill, is that they need to focus more on advertising. They need to flood the market with advertising in outside of the US. US is covered. That's great. That's tick done. The rest of the world needs to be flooded with advertisement. They need to outspend PlayStation or out advertise PlayStation.
Do you know what's
They really do, and they need to push Game Pass harder and harder.
Funny is
but they're not doing that though, and they never talk about that.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But you know, I was heading home on the train the other night. Was it maybe Monday, Tuesday night? And
You were running a train.
Yeah, I take a train home. I have like an like public transport, hour and a half outside of my town.
Transport.
And I was sitting next to some people, and I've got my headphones in, and all I hear is, "Oh, I heard they're getting out of the console game," and I like pop my ear out. And I'm like, "Wait, are you guys talking about Xbox?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Actually,
let me educate you."
Re-educate you, because they were all talking about Xbox and everything else, and they were all like worried. I'm like, no, you're fine. And this is before the news came out, so that was kind of funny. But I agree. I think they've got a lot of work to do in their advertising and marketing outside of the USA. The USA is a solid market. They're not even in as many markets as PlayStation, but yeah.
I know, which is weird. I still can't understand that, because they've got PCs and Windows everywhere.
Yes. And I think that's where you're going to see a lot more Windows coming through on Xbox to get into those markets. I feel like that's what they're going to be using and leveraging that and moving forward.
So what are you saying?
What you mean? What you call it?
But we do want to head out Elite because we're heading up 2 hours almost. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, do you want to say where we can find you? Do we do that anymore?
I've got the outro.
Not bother because it says it all in the outros.
Yeah. We'll pop the outro on.
If you all know where we are, check out the outros. They're really exciting and they're great. Yeah. Yeah. And fuck you. You can fuck you.
I will quit gaming.
Yes, we will. So at the end of the day, then, it's don't sell your Xbox. I think that's the moral of the story.
And don't believe everything you read.
Well,
and don't believe everything you read, or don't believe everything you read on Reddit by some guy's dad.
Why? What do you mean?
Basically.
I can't just...
And then don't go onto social media and...
Why can't I just read it on Reddit?
Exaggerate that stuff that you read, that you've read. Great man, Ed. Yeah, later, guys. It's great that you're still here. Fuck you. See, Elite show is finishing. Yeah, because that's your fault. We was going to go on for another hour, and then you ruined it for everyone. So sorry, we've got to go, guys. Fuck you's ruined it for everyone. Yeah. So, and for the Upper in chat, yeah. So we're gonna jump out now, guys. Thank you all for being here again for another show.
Great show.
Yeah.
I think Infinite shows up now, is it?
Is it 1 or 2 o'clock my time? It's coming up soon. It's next.
Yeah. So everyone jump over to Infinites and watch his show. That sexy man, person.
Where he serenades you.
Yeah, I am serious.
Yeah, he does it all the
sexy
time.
and he's a man.
Fanboys suck a whole lot of dick. I mean, well, I do too, but...
Why are you quoting... All right, thank you all for watching, and have a good rest of your weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah,
see you guys later.
And goodbye.
Bye for
goodbye.
Now. Bye.
Yeah.
That was a damn good show.
still here? It's over. Go home. Go.